Going the way of Aster this time.
The battle begins.
Seb kind of manning up here a bit, but this bounty rune, oh, they're going to try to contest Yuragi. No, not going to go for any Blade Fury action, knowing that the time walk was there.
Okay, so OG, they're doing an aggro tri-lane, or at least an aggro dual lane?
Yes, but Aster has perfect vision if they've scouted this setup, and they're actually rotating the Void and Wyvern bottom. And they're doing a tri-lane of their own, looks like.
Oh.
Well, here we go.
Game number 3 going to be decided by tri-lanes in the year 2022.
Yeah, but top lane, Taiga sees XXS running top.
Well, Ice Shard's actually going to block off XXS here. It's Taiga continuing to kind of pursue. Seb is here for some right click, but they're not going to find the kill.
Yeah, this is an amazing start for OG. XXS is extremely late to lane. He's already missed the first wave, whereas Razor has gotten the full first wave in EXP and gold.
And we'll see if they're able to bounce back from it, as you see the wave being contained here in the top lane, now being kind of redistributed back into previous lane.
Kill those.
How much? Yeah. How many creeps is XXS going to get here? As the Blade Fury comes out from Yuragi to try to counteract this move from Baboka. Decent amount of damage, and obviously trying to make sure that no last hits come to be for Aster.
I feel like we've seen that little move a lot more in this major, and recently with Jug is just spinning. Like as soon as you hit the lane, you just spin instead of waiting for like the boots level 3 timing. You just go a bunch of mana regen and spam out the spin for harass instead.
Yeah, BZM getting pursued by Ori. Gets the heavenly jump up here. BZM. Oh my goodness. My God. Okay. Even after popping the fairy fire, Ori just stands there and kills them.
I think that was the level 3 timing. He got 3 from a creep, and the second point's an arc lightning. BZM was not ready for the damage coming from that.
Ori now with first blood gold. That is going to be pretty damn massive for him, as Amara getting chased off here. Static Link will just be walked off. And we'll get back to that mid lane in just a moment. I want to talk about the Faceless Void from Monet. Obviously last game we saw that Aster got off to a pretty good start. They got some Chronospheres into the Snapfire ult. They don't really have a traditional combination with the Chrono, so what are the team fights going to be looking like for Aster, Snake?
I think Aster is just looking to blow up this Puck, because Puck is the only hero that can reach the backlines of Aster right now, and if he's solved, I think Aster can just play the fights very easily front to back. And Puck is the biggest concern, but he's losing mid lane right now, and Ori's just aggressing on him.
Yeah, Ori, he's out of mana right now, but he is doing massive damage. The CS is comparable, but again, that first blood making a big difference. Yuragi, the top lane getting another Blade Fury off, but we'll find a little bit of damage on the XXS. But Amar, his CS is decent, but he's kind of getting bullied a bit in this lane, at least from the HP perspective, as the time dilation again comes out from Monet.
Yeah, there's not really any sustain coming from his support as well. Usually you see like a headdress or something, or like the Ench will be able to heal him with the Nature's Attendant, but he's top lane right now.
Does have a salve coming on the courier for himself though, so he only has to play defensive for a little bit longer.
Oh, that would be
Baboka now transitioning to the mid lane on this Nyx. BZM, I mean, despite that death, he is out CSing the Zeus right now, as Taiga bot lane off the snowball. Time dilation is there as well, slowing him along with Amar. They both have to be kind of careful here. Taiga's the one that falls, so Aster 2-0 lead to start the game.
Yeah, Aster's laning stages right now is excellent. They have complete lane control in bottom lane, and it's going to be really hard for this Razor to step up without tanking a lot of harass from the Winter Wyvern.
A prize!
Amar trying to play with the Wyvern a little bit here so he can get an XP range.
Taiga ends up backing him up now. And a lot of high five action this series, so I wonder how much the nerves are going to be getting to Aster, because this is a team that has obviously done really well online, and this is kind of their first lane in a long time that they've really had a great showing, kind of backing up their online status, if you will. And then OG, I mean, last major we were talking about, obviously the pedigree of the org is very impressive, but these are young players, but then they went on to win a major. Obviously China was not at that major, so we'll see if they're able to go any further in this tournament now.
Top lane looking to dive a little bit here with this creep wave. Baboka's there.
There's the enchant to come out, but Yuragi not looking to get involved quite yet. Close to getting that level 3 Blade Fury though. And again, the mid lane is kind of the story, as Ori, a bit behind in the CS, but when you look at the net worth, he does have a decent lead. As Amar getting a nice static link in the bot lane, but the Wyvern
He's gonna hit 6 right now.
Pursuing from Monet. Yep, Zeus ult is close.
Just one more.
Siamese Cat is getting pursued now as well. Monet, though, he has to be a little bit careful. His time walk not quite available. And there's the Thunder God's Wrath from Ori, taking out Amar. And Taiga
gets a bash.
Looks like he'll find a kill for himself, but Monet will get the trade again. Nicely played from Aster. Good communication as well. Waning Rift in the mid lane with the coil expended from BZM leads to a pickoff onto Baboka.
This is huge. Baboka was able to tank the death for Ori, and now he's going to be able to refill his bottom mid as soon as he respawns on the next assassin.
Yep, and that's on the creep wave push that you were talking about. Enchantress heading mid. Oh!
Yeah, we got the snowball coming in, but Taiga trying to run away as a TP coming in for Aster as well. She's going to be there to refill the bottle of Ori.
Yeah, second refill. And it's exactly like Snay was saying. This catapult wave, you usually as Enchantress want to at least pressure the tower a little bit, get to like 50% or something. With the catapults. Oh, they're going in.
Yeah, they wanted to go with the double damage onto BZM, but Baboka is there trying to punish it. Gets the mana burn and the impale. But now he's going to get turned on. Taiga gets off the tag team. Baboka trying to get this bounty rune, but it's going to be stolen along with his life.
This is good by OG. They know that they need to pressure Ori. He's having too good of a game.
XXS has to be a bit careful. Omni Slash doesn't have enough mana, but he does have 2 wand charges. He'll pop it. He's still 5 mana away. Instead, he's going to go for the Blade Fury, but that is going to force the Primal Split. Now he's going to get chased a bit. The stun to come out, and Yuragi has to be a bit careful here.
Damage.
Yep. But he has some backup in the form of 7 Company. The entirety of OG seemingly is here, trying to keep their carry alive, and they'll do so. Now XXS in his regular Panda form looks to be very dead.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from OG. Yuragi diving like that, using the spin, forcing the Soul Ring into ult, so he's going to be really low when he comes out of the ult. And just trusting that his team was going to be there to heal him after the spin is down. That was really nice.
And Monet looking to go for the Mask of Madness build again this game. And I mean, it did feel like he was having a good game. It was just a couple team fights just went in the favor of OG, and they just felt like they snowballed into the win almost in a sudden fashion.
Yeah, but this game is going to be very different because last game he was responsible to do most of the damage during Chronosphere, but right now he has Zeus. This hero is made of damage. All he needs to do on this Faceless War this game is just to frontline and help the Zeus survive, and the Zeus will end up having enough damage to kill everything.
And also the team fight is not entirely dependent on the Chronosphere. They've got the Brewer Split as well, and when he picks up an Eggs and Refresher Orb, all of a sudden the Chrono is kind of like a secondary mechanism for winning those fights. It's really more about the splits.
Yeah, but he's already working on it. Amar, he's going to get off the static link along with his ult as Ori. He's going to get saved for the time being by Siamese Cat. Here comes the first Chrono of the game. Thunder God's Wrath is there. Amar is dead. Now the question is, will Taiga be able to reciprocate onto Ori? Orb is coming. Coil is expended, so BZM comes in for the kill on Ori instead. That ends up being a favorable trade for OG despite the death onto Amar. Now the Illusory Orb continues. Baboka, it gets off the spike carapace, but it was phase shifted off. Now Siamese Cat trapped in by Taiga. Nicely done, but the save onto himself. Taiga maybe a little bit too far this time. Gets off the snowball, but it'll be a hard one to get out of. A couple more right clicks will do it, and Monet gets credit for that one. He is very close to finishing that Mask of Madness. So 1K lead for OG. As Yuragi, he did go for Midas, right? Yeah, that's on the way now.
Midas recipe is coming out.
Yeah, Snake, what are your thoughts on Midas this tournament? Because it just feels like it's come out of nowhere after, I mean, we haven't had a big patch in a while, but the nerfs were severe back in the day when this was very popular, but just all of a sudden this tournament, everyone's picking it up. As Seb, I got to hold that thought, because I had to see that thunderclap come to fruition, but Impale with the mana burn. BZM is out of mana right now. Waning Rift to the high ground. Oh, he's actually going to dodge the Thunderbolt. Very nicely played, but BZM getting pursued again, and Ori still finds the damage anyway. And now Yorangi inside the curse, gets off the spin, but to no avail. Aster, 2 huge kills for them.
And on top of that, Zeus is going to get this haste rune. That means he's going to be very hard to kill in this next 2 minutes.
Dire's bottom tower.
And to go back to your earlier point about the Midas, I think this patch, for some reasons, just became more of a hard carry patch where the game is a little slower. It's harder to punish these carries who are farming. So this Hand of Midas just ends up going unpunished a lot of times. And I think it's actually quite nice on hard carries this patch.
What about for the other roles, though?
I mean, talking about this mid punch you like to play with Hand of Midas?
That's right.
Sounding good.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Well, extra hand for that hook. Why not? As the game relatively even right now. I mean, whose shoes would you rather be in at the moment?
I think definitely Aster has the upper hand in this scaling. With the Zeus and Void being almost uncountered this game, if Zeus can stay alive in the fights, I think Aster is going to be having a very good time.
Oh, Monet, though, might be in some trouble. Has his time walk, he's going to use it, but here comes the snowball after the fact, but at the same time, they're trying to gank Amar, and Taiga, he's going to get lifted into the air as Amar getting pursued by the Fire Panda. He's doing a lot of damage, so he takes it out pretty swiftly, but he is surrounded now. The bash comes in for Monet, and another kill goes the way of Aster. Taiga running on the other side of the lane now.
Oh no, BZM
Going to try to go high ground, but the curse comes out, Impale to follow, and XXS and company. Thunderclap does get dodged by the snowball. It feels like just a matter of time before they bring down this Tusk, although he's creating a little bit of space now.
Yeah.
Decent ice shards.
OG got the mid tower during this. This is a lot of space.
He gets the punch up as well. Taiga does finally follow. That feels like it took about 15 seconds too long for Aster's taste.
Yeah, and this bomb tower is still very healthy, whereas OG has completely taken the mid tower, and they could have even gotten the kill on Zeus. BZM missed the Raining Rift, but it ended up being a very good trade, because OG is still able to defend his bottom tower right now.
Yep, Seb comes in solo, and that's enough for Aster to back away. Obviously do not have the primal split right now. And I mean, that's the one thing we kind of talked about, but when only Chrono is up, that might not be enough to even get kills. Although you do have a Zeus, like you said, as long as he's in the area, could potentially find the kill, but not that much farm on Monet yet for these solo Chronos.
We're gonna see another Enchantress Orchid in this game. Is this a trend in scrims or something like that? What's going on with this?
It's just so good versus Aster's heroes. All 5 heroes requires to get their spells off, and most of them don't even want to buy BKB. So this Orchid will come in very clutch if they're able to find the enemy heroes.
Yeah, we got the Waning Rift, the silence onto the Wyvern, so no curse to come. Taiga can come to get a free pick off, but it's going to be at the trade of Taiga himself, as Monet is here to clean things up. And he is about 1,000 away from finishing in Maelstrom on the Faceless Void.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, we'll see how this Orchid works out for Seb. Obviously plays a bit of a greedy, I mean, is he even a position 5? Supposed to be position 5, but plays more like a 4.
I mean, he's got double Taiga's net worth right now, so no, he's kind of the 4. And Enchantress, this is one of his best heroes. If he can get core farm on this, we've seen what he can do with it, basically solo carrying games.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, but now the XXS has his primal split back up. See if they'll need it to take this tower. As Seb continuing to kind of annoy here.
Yeah, they need to kill him. He is just holding this tower.
They're going to commit for him,
They get jumped now and surrounded, and he's literally just stuck in place as the bashes come out, and Baboka, credit for that one, and likely the tier 1 towers next.
That's being so annoying, cutting the wave with the creep too, just dragging it away.
Yep, Seb, the old cheeky OG player of old, and now...
Look, he's actually bringing the creep wave to his team. He's bringing it to Amar, you know, like Amar drops the line on the map too. He's like, yo, dude, bring me that creep wave.
Tanky ass creep you got there.
I think
Wyvern's here.
I think No-Tail was the one who pioneered this, because he used to play Chen and Ench in the safe lane, and he would love to do this when he was playing it back in the OG days. He would drag this creep wave from the tower to one of his cores, and they would get the farm and stall out this tower by a lot.
Yeah, now you can see Amar heading bot. He knows there's a double creep wave coming in.
Illusion.
This is his dream.
It's like a big alarm clock in his head. Like, all right.
Yeah,
It's time.
This man cannot be dragged away from this bot wave right now.
So he is essentially a recipe away from the BKB, and I would assume that is the time that OG is going to want to get a little bit more active. And I mean, what other item timings are we waiting for both sides?
I think Monet really needs his BKB to play against this Puck. He's quite a ways away, so he's kind of farming passively and letting the good fights come to him. They want OG to overextend, and he'll get some easy Chronosphere under his vision. And I think Zeus really needs to be able to survive in these fights. He has no survivability items. If Puck were to ever get on top of him, it's pretty much lights out for him unless Void will be able to have a clutch Chrono to save him.
Yes.
Yeah, Seb again continuing to annoy. Despite this tier 1 tower not even being there anymore, he still showed up to see if they can actually kill him. Spencer's Blast does a lot of damage, pops the wand, but Baboka's here. Very slow motion Vendetta, but it is enough for the kill.
Back to Snae's point about Ori, and the way that he's building is he went for Shard, he went for Kaya, and he's just going to play with the Aghanim Scepter and just not enter into the fights, basically.
Yeah, you're practically never going to see him in fights because the moment he's seen, he's going to be dead.
Now he's playing side lanes. Got that Fairy's Trinket, so lots of mana to go around for him.
BZN to the high ground, and still working on the Blink Dagger, has had that Witchblade for quite a while. Coil not able to hit though. And we've seen these Pucks kind of play that Coil in a little bit more of a liberal way, I guess you could call it, where they try to put it right on the edge so that they get snapped right away, but as a result we do see more misses.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it, but I think what happened is Coil, recently the game has changed where Roots will give vision on Invis units, so he thought the Nyx actually Vendetta there, and he thought he was right there to try to reveal him with the Coil, but it turns out he didn't have ulti and just ran away.
Yeah, he had just killed Seb, in fact, with that ulti. Jiragi. So he's got the Maelstrom, Midas, Yasha. It's going to be an SNY this game. And I mean, the status resistance that comes with it, obviously very important.
Jiragi has just been hard farming this entire game. Level 15, almost 16, compared to Monet, level 13.
It's the Hand of Midas, it's paying off. The games are slow and you're kind of just farming, and why not buy a Hand of Midas if you're just going to farm anyways?
Yeah, and he's building stat items, it looks like, to survive the Chrono. I would imagine that a Scotty probably comes next after this Sanjin Kaya, or Sanjin Yasha. I'd be very concerned if he was getting Sanjin Kaya.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
He probably will need a blink at some point to kind of follow up on this Puck initiation because he needs to, they need more jumps on OG to follow up on this Puck Coil initiation. So I kind of expect him to get blink after Sanjin Yasha with the Shard.
OG did smoke into the jungle of Aster, but if they find anybody, it might be Baboka. Either way, not the highest priority target. So both teams kind of resigned to just finding their item timings.
And speaking of which, Seb's got his Orchid completed. It's coming on the Courier. There's a position 5 Enchantress with 6,000 net worth at 18 minutes.
Yep, that is going to be a very big surprise potentially for Aster. Although we have seen it obviously a couple times before. So
Aster are smoked up. They're looking to try to gank the Juggernaut right now.
XXS, his smoke is going to break. Looking to use that ultimate. Thundergod's Wrath is there. He's going to get stunned on the slash, but there's the Cold Embrace for the save. Monet, not wanting to use the Chrono, but he's going to have to use it on his teammate and try to focus on the Enchantress. They can't right-click at all. So the Brewmaster dies before the split, and Monet has to try to time walk to safety. He's getting pursued now by Amar. He's taking heavy damage. Baboka looking for the Impale. He'll get it onto Amar, but he's going to get crushed. Cold Embrace comes and will be taken out eventually. Obviously there, Amar did die in that engagement, so it is a 2-for-1.
Huge blunder by the Wyvern there. He could have just cursed and saved the Brewmaster. Instead he tried to Cold Embrace, and then the Orchid follow-up, there was just no chance he was going to survive.
Yeah, kind of cocky play from the Brew. Going for the Thunderclap before even getting his ult off as OG now into the pit. So Roche #1 It might be contested by Aster. As you can see, the Dota win probability is very even at the moment. But BZM goes to the high ground. XXS gets off the primal split now, so we'll see if he can get in the pit in time. Looks like he will, because Roche is only at half HP. Now Taiga getting bursted down. Gonna lift the Jug into the air, but that's the buyback onto Taiga now. Yuragi had to force out his Blade Fury.
Dire's top tower.
And now Aster, without that primal split, without that Chronosphere, and without that curse.
They've got one more split. He does have the egg, so
Oh, okay.
Is under attack.
they've got one more to work with.
Radiant are scanning.
Will that be enough without the Chrono and the Wyvern ult? Taiga into the pit now, Baboka, Vendetta, Spike Carapace is there with the Impale. Amar's already at half HP, and now Monet trying to focus on him, but the BKB comes out from Amar, getting out the static link as well. He's getting really low, has to walk to the other side though. And now Monet, with the time walk, reverses back to try to finish off Taiga instead and save Ori in the process. So they get the support in Taiga and Amar, but Ori gets deleted by BZM, seemingly everywhere on this puck. Now Seb is going to take some right-click action from Monet. That's a double kill for XXS. And we'll see if that's enough for Aster going to the pit. But they actually found Yuragi with this Tornado and the Curse to try to counteract the Blade Fury for the time being. Keeps them in place. Another silence coming out from BZM, and this Void has to be careful. Of course, Siamese Cat is there with the Cold Embrace if he needs it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to Omni into the Cold Embrace. That is definitely the right play. Wyvern right there.
2 cores still alive, and is he actually going to be going for this Roche? BZM ends up bottling something there, just the bounty rune. He does fill up his bottle. He was completely out of mana at that point.
All right, every hero almost alive again for another good old-fashioned Roche fight.
And now we're going to have Chrono. Obviously, Curse not available.
The problem right now for Aster is they're actually under vision of OG without realizing it, and they've smoked on OG, so they could definitely jump the back line.
BZM. He can get the jump now as Seb. He's going to get bursted. It's not quite enough for the kill. Blister Blast does come in as Seb is still the one getting focused of all these heroes, and the Primal Split is used to take him out very effectively. Cold Embrace now, but the Chronosphere saving him for now is it's on 3 heroes. Can they get Yuragi inside? He's getting bashed repeatedly. So Aster coming out on top of this fight so far, but the snowball coming in from Taiga. At the very least, they will get Siamese Cat, so no more Cold Embraces to come. Taiga slowed to a crawl, finally will drop. And Amar, time walk in from Monet, and BZM still in the pit. He's going to get another Waning Rift off, but he's going to get bashed. He has to be careful. Double bash, in fact. Gets off the phase shift. Not able to time the lightning bolt correctly as BZM to the high ground. Looks like he will finally get away. But again, XXS is not done chasing. Amar, that's who he has in his sights. And Monet and company will get another kill in their name.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Excellent initiation by OG, jumping the backlines. Ori realizes there has to be a vision on them, but it was still not enough. It was a perfect Chronosphere to stop and the Brew ulti to stop the puck and the Juggernaut from aggressing on the backlines of Aster.
Yeah, and still Aster, they don't really have great heroes at taking Roche on, so all of this fighting has been for the Roche, but it still has not died. Every hero is going to respawn, and we're going to see another fight just like that.
Yeah, and it's just a fight after fight. And Seb, he's going to be the tank here at half HP already. And obviously the right clicks are going to be pretty hard to come by thanks to that untouchable. Gets off his Orchid onto the Brewmaster for now as Monet. He's going to get Snowball on, but Seb is still there. Can they even kill this man? Doesn't look like it. Not even worth it for them as Taiga jumps in with that Walrus Punch, but he actually finds himself on the cliff. He's going to get impaled though, but he's still alive as Baboka. He's going to be punished by that Blade Fury. And he's dead, so a 5v4 situation for OG. Coil now onto 2, it's broken. No Chronosphere to work with still as the Omni Slash onto XXS. No Primal Split to work with, but he still lives through the entire Omni Slash. There's not enough damage there. We'll see. Will OG go back into the pit? And again, this is Roche number 1.
Yeah, neither team has been willing to give this one up, but at this point, Aster, they've run out of fuel in the tank.
Yeah, I think so. There is another Brew split, but it looks like OG will finally claim Roche number 1. Yuragi picks up the Aegis. Now we're going to see a Nimbus online. That can make a huge difference in these fights. And I believe at the beginning of all of this fighting, it was about a 4 or 5k lead for OG. Then about 1 minute ago, it dipped to 1k for Aster, 1k deficit for Aster, and now it's back up to 5k again. So very, very back and forth as now the tier 2 tower getting beat on by Yuragi. He's going to play it safe here, despite having the Aegis. Obviously no reinforcements at all at the moment.
Yeah, he was playing alone up there, actually. He was bluffing, and Aster did not call his bluff.
Think they're going to call Seb on this one?
Well, we'll see. Nimbus is there. Yeah, wow. All right, well, that's a lot of damage. Monet is going to pop the BKB, trying to bait them into this Chronosphere. It's going to kill Taiga as a result. BZM looks to be fine, though, so 2 supports dead for OG. And this is going to kind of chip away at the timer on this Aegis. At least that's what Aster's perspective will be at the moment.
That Zeus ulti ended up going so well. It scouted the OG members completely, and the Void was able to BKB and Chronosphere and to actually turn around and kill Taiga because of it.
Yeah, and XSS, he's been farming while all this nonsense is happening. He's got the Refresher Orb. He's very close to the Refresher Orb. Has 2 Perseverances. And once Brew gets those 4 ults, we've seen what can happen. Very terrifying late game fighting potential.
Yeah, I can't believe all that fighting and he's still getting this farm.
Yeah,
so very close. I mean, I would assume the item after that is an Eon Disc, because that just seems to be the Brewmaster thing.
Yeah, just survived to get the ults off.
And Yuragi, he's got, what does he have right now on him? Got the Maelstrom into Mjolnir finally, S and Y. So now his ultimates will hurt. That might be enough to kill a Brewmaster in that last situation. I think he was just missing a little bit of attack speed.
Yeah, Wyvern needs to go down for that to happen, though. That's why he used the Omni in the previous fight, because he knew there was no Wyvern. Wyvern is the #1 priority for OG to take out in these fights.
Yeah, 4k lead for OG.
Smoke coming from OG. They're looking for a fight.
We'll see if they find it. Baboka breaking it, but doesn't look like there's a dust. In fact, Ori's found with this coil, but look at the damage done to BZM as a result. Now the save onto Ori to keep him alive for the time being. And the ult comes out from Siamese Cat as well as the puck. Very low on HP. He's going to drop it. It turns into a triple kill from Monet. Huge turnaround from Aster as Yuragi able to get that Omni Slash out. But like you said, there is the Cold Embrace again. Monet pops the BKB, gets a lot of his HP back, and now turning his sights to Yuragi. That is death #1. The Aegis is down as Amar is trying to save his teammate, but another Brew Split comes and another Chrono actually. Monet just came off cooldown, gets off that, gets a nice kill there, and now onto Yuragi they go. And he's completely surrounded here, and he's going to be brought down to a full team wipe for Aster, which started out as a pretty good initiation, it felt like, from BZM.
Yes, perfect counter initiation from Baboka. He was just at the right place at the right time. He stun locked the puck, and then they were able to stop the Zeus from dying, and they have this beautiful turnaround. And after that, they immediately gave Puck the gem, because he realizes if this happens one more time, it's probably going to be very tough for OG to win this game.
Yeah, and this curse was very beautiful, catching 2 heroes right at the absolute radius of it. Well, that was definitely an easy fight for Aster, given that.
I can see Chrono still on cooldown here, so actually turned out really well for Monet. Came up just at the right time here.
BZM is under the vision of Aster. They're trying to pick him up. They know this gem is very valuable.
And we'll see if they're able to pick him off, but BZM keeping his distance now. And saw the power of Siamese Cat. I mean, his saves are kind of out of control here. We're going to see a coil. That's going to be the death of Baboka to start this fight. Snowball kind of delaying things. Taiga's able to blink out to safety. It looks like Aster will just retreat now after not getting what they came for.
Dude, Sep has a full Bloodthorn on a position 5 Enchantress. Okay. He's actually almost got as much farm as Amar. That's insane.
That is not what I was expecting.
This might be the fastest Bloodthorn in competitive history on the position 4/5 Ench.
That probably is right, yeah.
XXS, he has got all his ults now with the refresher available. And he's already 1,000 into his Eon disc as well. As much as I believe in OG, guys, I don't know what you do against this late game lineup of Aster. Like, how do you fight around this many brew ults? Like, what is it, the actual strategy in these engagements?
You probably need to pick him off at the start of the fight, or just completely ignore the Brewmaster and try to assassinate the backlines of Aster on the Zeus and the Wyvern, because they are quite squishy, and the Puck can definitely do it, which now that he can have full vision of this Nyx Assassin, so then he won't be able to get caught off guard again.
And I do feel like OG, they have the ability to play long fights. Juggernaut with the spin being such high uptime, and Razor being so tanky and trying to, you know, keep people's armor really low. The Eye of the Storm, he's gonna have multiple BKBs. Puck, obviously, this hero wants to get multiple rounds of spells off, so I do feel like if the fight goes long enough, they just ignore the Brewlings, they could kill all of Aster. Of course, they need to also not die in those long fights as well. So jumping the backlines is the name of the game for both sides.
And Monet is 200 away from full Scotty now, so that's probably what they're waiting for. And even a BKB onto Ori. That is, I don't know how many BKBs I've seen on Zeus's before, but enough for me to bring up this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing really to catch him out is the coil, right? Other than that, there's nothing from OG.
Yeah.
So just BKB and leap out.
And also with the BKB went during the Cold Embrace, so then he's pretty much invincible.
We have the Thunder God's Wrath to give it a little bit of vision, but an instant snowball into the blink from Taiga. He's getting jumped, and Monet and company will get a quick pick off there. Roche won't know for another 50 seconds. And even the Eon Disc being purchased here soon by BZM. And Amara going for a Blink Dagger, so playing a little bit of the backline jump roll.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to go through this Brewmaster without the Wyvern saving him, so you got to be able to jump this backline somehow.
Dire are scanning.
Now we have a smoke from Aster as they actually get a scan that procs here. Now, OG exiting their triangle. Well, that allows Aster to kind of take control of it from the vision perspective. Seb looking to kind of tank this
Radiant's
smoke.
courier has been killed.
Yeah, but he does not have buyback, and his team is not around, so he can't really bait this fight.
Yeah, he did build into the full Dragon Lance, so no buyback on Seb. But he is a pretty, he's basically a core in the next fight.
Yeah.
Dire's structures are
It's going to be an almost like a max respawn, looks like,
Radiant's
right?
top tower is under
So
attack.
yeah,
it's going to be a lot of time for OG to kind of make their next move.
Regeneration!
Looks like the move is coming now.
Yeah, they're going to smoke. Obviously, they don't have an idea that Roche is not up yet, so this could be, in their minds, a fight for the second Roche.
Yeah, they want to get a ward up.
Miragi, his smoke's going to pop. Baboka in the Vendetta form. Trying to slow them down. Taiga onto the high ground. Early primal split. Monet goes in, but not able to get the chrono off. As the Nimbus comes in and BZM might be caught out. He's going to get stunned right off the bat. Another right click will do it. He's going to get off his orb, but he's dead, and a gem drops. Big kill for Aster. Now Enchantress looks to be, they're just going to lift him up and ignore him. Like, God, I'm so sick of this Enchantress. Big mana burn on Miragi, though. And he's going to get chronoed, and he's going to be brought down. 90 seconds of no jug. But again, that's going to align pretty nicely with this second Roche. So we'll see what Aster can get with these two cores dead.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top tower
it just...
is under attack.
OG's not able to find initiation, and even if they did, unless they bring the Zeus down, both supports in that fight had buyback, so it was just not a fight that they're very likely to win.
Dire's bottom tower.
BZM in that fight, he got caught by an unfortunate time dilation. And when he was trying to get away there, he had 3 charges on him.
84% win probability.
Yeah, with a 1k gold lead. I mean, Zeus Void late game with a brew is pretty insane.
The problem with OG's lineup right now is the fact that only Puck can access the backline, and everyone else has to pretty much overextend their positioning if they were to follow up on the Puck. It's just very hard for OG to find the fight they're looking for.
And it's interesting, if you look at the score line, 32-17, the fact that it's only a 1k lead is actually astonishing.
The biggest difference is just the supports, right? You look at the support net worth, 7 probably combined the net worth of both enemy supports.
Yep, that is true. Roche in 8 seconds, so Yuragi should have enough time to contest if they scout this out and go for it right away, because like you said, they don't have the fastest Roche capability on Aster's side, but they do have a disgusting Roche pit fight combination.
And Seb, all of their high
It's basically in the jump onto Seb. He's dead. Does have buyback though.
Yes.
Monet with that Mjolnir gonna go back in the pit and try to get the second Roche. You can see OG, they've smoked and they've wrapped around. There's the buyback from Seb, so Aster resetting.
Dire's middle
Tiger
tower
trying to get the vision here.
They cannot go on him. They don't have nullifier. He's tanking the smoke.
And now a counter smoke from Aster. And this Roche fight is super important. I feel like if OG does not get this, then it is going to be a severe uphill battle.
Yeah, they've got good position for it. I mean, they've got a ward down to the high ground too. Aster looks like they want to fight into it anyway.
BZM, he's going to pop the smoke, but there we see Monet going in to get some nice vision with that Thunder God's Wrath, and this will be a dieback onto Seb if he's bursted down, but Yuragi comes in with the Blade Fury Shard combination. Seb is dead. Here's the Chronosphere, but the counter curse is there, and the right click's being applied to Yuragi. Will it be enough? He gets off the Omni Slash at the last moment. The Sobal coming in as well. Amar using the Spider Legs to get to the other side, but the Static Link will not remain. Siamese Cat is dead. Will buy back though. The Loki gets a beautiful impale onto Amar, who drops shortly after. Double buyback now from OG as Yuragi on the run, completely retreating here.
He needs the juke.
Trying to get pursued, but you can see BZM trying to create some space. The coil was used. Not sure if they caught anybody, but it's going to turn into a triple kill from Monet.
See Yuragi.
And two dead from OG. Lifted up Yuragi. Does have his Blade Fury. Will use it, but the bash is there. Monet. Another ult comes out from XXS. Trying to get this stun up onto Amar. Gets off his Spider Legs there as well. That'll be a dieback for him if they're able to contain him. He's on the cliff. They see him. Thunderbolt is there as well. And he's just right-clicking as a Zeus, and it's gonna be enough. And 4 dead in favor of Aster. BZM, the last remaining member, he's gonna get bashed. Gets off the phase shift though. I doubt they try to pursue him, but in all likelihood, this is gonna be Roche number 2 for Aster, unless BZM can do some crazy-ass stealing here.
But Lucas has scouted BZM. He doesn't know that he's seen. Oh, he actually didn't see him. Walk past him.
Orb comes out. Has to be careful with that because of the spike carapace. That makes the puck stealing of the Aegis so difficult when there's a Nyx Assassin. Although I think he just used a spike carapace, so.
BZM, he keeps changing his position. He doesn't want to get caught.
Yeah, and the Aegis and Roche are gonna fall. And it looks like Aster can be able to get everything out of it. All the goodies for them. Satanic now online as well for Monet. He gets the Aegis. And the Shard is on XXS. I have no idea what that even does, if I'm being honest. Is that the... Oh, that's the Void Spirit.
Yes, right. the Void Spirit is actually really strong. So this Shard is actually very good on Brewmaster. Super underrated.
The slow goes through BKB, right?
Yes,
like
it does. It's actually super underrated.
Radiant's middle tower.
But I assume the disarm is BKB-able, right?
Yeah.
Astral Pulse.
Yeah, it's just a slow. From what I believe, yeah.
But yeah, this fight was, unfortunately, Amar getting stuck on the cliff. So I think that was 2 diebacks, if I'm not mistaken, at least from OG. Actually, Seb was a dieback as well.
Yeah.
Either way, Aster winning that fight handily.
OG knew how important this Roshan was because now this Void with this Aegis is pretty much unkillable for this next 5 minutes.
Not a single hero in this game currently has buyback. That is insane.
Holy crap.
Yuragi is very close though, so... yeah, he'll have it soon.
Yeah, but he's going for the Blink Dagger build, but it's going to be really, really hard for OG to come back from this one. They're down 20 kills and 10k net worth. Monet looked, I mean, the fact that he just picked up a Satanic and still has 3k into his Butterfly, obviously took apart the Mask of Madness to help his efforts, but just the talisman away, essentially, from finishing the full Butterfly now.
Yeah, and Monet, he is 16-0 in 19 in this game. He has not died a single time, and now he's got a Satanic and a Butterfly for the next fight.
Is that 35 kill participation out of 39 on a Faceless Void?
That would be correct.
That is absurd.
Yep, that's what happens when you don't build a Midas, I guess.
Oh, we have the Nimbus, BZM. Eondis does proc, so that's actually pretty big for Aster, knowing that that's down.
Yeah, they can just go high ground here. They have no fear on Monet. He's invincible. They have to kill the backline of Aster if they want to win this fight.
He's going to respect the high ground of OG for now, but still with 2.5 minutes on the Aegis. As Taiga finds a pickoff on Baboka. That'll slow things down, but the butterfly is now delivered from Monet, and he is a monster.
That's actually 95 seconds on Baboka. He has no buyback. This is pretty good for OG. They can make a move, or maybe they can just farm the entire map and get a bunch of net worth and wait out the Aegis.
Yeah, the OG pretty much has to wait out this Aegis. They cannot fight into it. And once this Aegis time's up, maybe they can get somehow to jump the backline of Aster and get the perfect fight.
Taiga's being so annoying here, just sniping couriers. He's gonna get another one.
Oh, the courier spotted him. This one's the gem.
That would've been huge if he got that. But XXS very on point with the shield and the speed burst.
Yeah.
Was that the same gem that dropped earlier, or did they buy their own? Must be the same one.
This is the BZM gem.
Yeah, okay. Monet tapping the high ground, forcing some TP action, but like you said, the timer on Nyx, he's still dead for 40 seconds.
Yeah.
We'll see how much they care about that.
Right now, Aster's backline it really needs to be saved.
They want Seb. They're actually going to use the Primal Split, and there's the Void Spirit coming out as well. Seb, he's dead inside the Nimbus. 70 seconds of no Enchantress.
That was a nice...
Still Monet, he has his Chrono. He's going to use it on Yuragi. Where is he? Where was he to begin this fight? He's going to got the Omni Slash at the last moment, though, to try to stay alive, but it's more of a defensive measure than anything else, as two are dead for OG, and Yuragi getting chased. But he will get his blink off with the Blade Fury, as Amar inside this Nimbus has to BKB in, again, a defensive measure. And the Pine Cone will be deleted, so no more weird stuff coming from the Seb Enchantress. And now the high ground siege comes. And this Brewmaster, along with Monet, can really delete these buildings pretty damn fast. The batch comes onto Yuragi. That's the Blade Fury to get away, though. They're not going to be able to jump him completely, obviously, without this Chronosphere. The fact that he lived through that was pretty damn impressive. But this is going to be a set of racks for Aster. As Yuragi's coming in from the backside, he's going to get the blink and the Blade Fury focusing on Ori. He's not going to be able to live through this. Nicely done from OG. Static Link coming out from Amar, gets lifted into the air. BZM looks like he'll live. Has to kind of sidestep that Nimbus, though, as the Primal Split used to try to make sure that Aster can get away. So they lose a couple heroes, and they actually do not even get the melee racks. So OG defends, and it's only a 6k lead for Aster as the Aegis is now consumed.
Yeah, and I think Ori was just way out of position there. He tried to use the BKB earlier and try to get the kill on the puck, failed doing so, and then he just walked up to the high ground, just hit the racks. Like, he's just too far up. There's no save. Winter Wyvern's dead. No one can help him.
Very ballsy play from Yuragi in that first part of the fight where he was kind of isolated. And fortunately for OG fans, it was not taken out inside the Chronosphere.
No, and Yuragi like ends up salvaging the fight too by jumping Ori on the Zeus, recognizing that he's out of position and he just doesn't have the cooldowns to protect from the Blade Fury. He had the Ghost Scepter, which will protect you from the auto attacks, of course, but then Spin just does more damage, so it's not really a great solution.
And OG have really cut into this lead, but you can see between the two position ones, the net worth is not even remotely close. A 6k advantage just between Monet and Yuragi. If you're an OG fan, that means Yuragi has a lot of room to grow, right? Silver lining
for a Bloodthorn.
For Yuragi?
Yeah, 2 Bloodthorns.
Oh, okay. Just gotta wait out these Aegises, or the BKBs. As Aster now, most of their spells back up.
They have smoked and vision of Amar. They can jump in with the Zeus ulti for vision if they want.
They're gonna go high ground to get that Zeus ult like you said, and Monet trying to find somebody. It's Taiga, he has a BKB of his own, but XXS didn't even have to use a Primal Split here. BZM, he gets Mana Burn and Impaled. Do they have the follow-up? They could Chrono if they want, but they will not. BZM, time dilation now applied. That's gonna make it a little bit more difficult for him as he's in the trees, TPing out, will be fine.
Oh, that was really close. The Faceless Void could have Chrono, but he wasn't aware how much Jules was left. Because if he gets the Face Shift off, he can blink in the Chrono.
And this whole time, Amar was farming and pushing in the bot lane. or actually close to even in this game.
Yeah.
He's almost got a refresher orb.
Despite being down 19 kills, it has felt very Aster favored, but yeah, like you said, the net worth not really illustrating it. Although Dota Plus really disagreed. I mean, I think that just comes with the fact that you have a Faceless Void and a Zeus that can, and the Brew with this refresher has gone up a little bit here. So 63% win probability for Aster, as OG have done a pretty damn good job of staying in this game and defending the high ground. But Monet with that double damage, it is expiring here soon, but they'll get this outpost now. I know that another Roche will be coming up soon. Let's see what the timer is. It's 2 minutes, another kind of longer one. But if we can get, if Aster can get an Aghanims on like a Faceless Void, for example, for free, I mean, a Time Walk could get you a stun initiation onto even a puck, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing they can get from this Roshan is this Aghanim Scepter upgrade for the Void. He can Time Walk in, bash the puck, and just all in him with the Chronosphere afterwards. With the Witch Bane, he can also purge the Aeon Disc, which is huge. So this Aeon Disc will not be saving the puck inside the Chronosphere.
Okay, that's cool.
Amar, he's got the Sheepstick. He actually opted to purchase that with this Blink Dagger instead of going for the Refresher Orb. So he's looking to surprise Aster with that, with a quick pick-off. They're going to smoke with it.
As foretold.
They need to find the backlines of Aster. The story of this game is the Zeus and the Wyvern.
Yeah, but they run into Monet and XXS instead. Seb, he's going to take the Primal Split to himself, it looks like, inside the Nimbus as well. He's going to pop a BKB of his own. Do they have enough to rip through him? It doesn't look like. But on the other side of the fight, the deletion of Siamese Cat is huge, but the Chronosphere coming out onto Yuragi with the first damage from the Zeus. Is it enough? Yes, but the buyback comes out from Yuragi now. And Seb, they're still trying to go on top of him, but the instant sheep from Amar, can they turn this around onto the Faceless Void? Monet gets the time walk off, and he's very healthy indeed, and Taiga actually positions himself poorly because of the snowball, but there, the buyback from Yuragi coming to fruition now, as the Blade Ranger ripping through this void. Buyback though, 2 of them from Aster, and it's another 5v4 in favor of OG, but they lose the puck, and he buys back now. And Amar gets off another sheep, this time onto Ori, finally pops that BKB, but another Primal Split comes out as Amar attempting to TP out, the bash, not there. So OG staying alive here, but the Impale coming out onto Taiga in the river. Don't think they can save him, so now it's a 4v4. Surely there's no buybacks available. I guess there's one on the Ench and Brew for now, as the next Roach is up, but Seb, inside this Nimbus, is gonna get the spin help from Yuragi. But it looks like Seb will eventually fall. Finally, double kill from Monet. Took them that long. He was initiated on in this fight, and now he buys back. And he's back towards his outpost as Roche number 3 is available.
I see why the win probability looks like this. It is looking so difficult for OG to fight this, even though they're playing the fights really well. Jumping to backlines like that. Ori on the Zeus, he's doing so much damage.
Oh, I thought they were going to go for it. It is a refresher shot, so no Aghanim Scepter.
It's a pretty good refresher.
It is a good refresher game for both teams.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yuragi, he goes high. They want to fight right now, but he's going to get bursted. Ori at half HP gets the Blade Fury up, but the Zeus, Ori's in a lot of trouble. He's dead. We'll see if he ends up buying back Monet. He's silenced for now, has to pop his BKB as Amar gets a little baby static link off, but finally the buyback comes out from Ori. Man, this game, so close.
Yeah, Aster's waiting for this Primal Split on Brew. They have 30 seconds with no ults from him.
I think the difference maker is going to be the refresher on the Faceless Void. He has 2 Chronosphere and 1 BKB if they do choose to take the fight.
Yeah, that is big. 5 seconds left on his regular. As Amar, blinks out. Impale, not going to find him. So Boboka kind of missing out here. See BZM trying to be a bit of a hassle. But Brew ult, he's got 1 up now. Let's see if he has enough time to get his refresher off here for that next engagement. Looks like he will. Into the pit, BZM gets the Waning Rift onto XXS. That's going to be a hard target to get through, though.
Still has the Aeon Disc locked, so they can't really go on him.
Amar, the only player in this game currently with buyback. So OG.
Amar should be frontlining for his team because he is the only one buyback. He needs to be the one baiting.
Nimbus to try to scout this out. It's one advantage Aster could have, but then again, you are playing against an Ench with creeps. Oh, but the jump onto Amar. There's the Chronosphere, but that is a dead Wyvern to start us out. It is a decent Chronosphere on the 2, and Nimbus doing a lot of damage, but you can see Amar buying back into the game. The Faceless Void, oh my god, he gets the Chronosphere off just at the last moment, and Monet, he'll find one. Trying to focus now onto Seb. That's going to be essentially a dieback for him. Blade Fury coming in from Uragi, but now trying to retreat as BZM very low on mana himself. And OG outnumbered. XXS, he gets off his primal split again thanks to the refresher now. Juggernaut the damage onto Uragi. And the Sheep coming out from Amar to try to focus down this Faceless Void instead, but it looks like Uragi might be falling. He does die. 3 dead in favor of Aster, but it's going to be a trade for the Nyx Assassin. Amar, he's going to be spotted. He just bought back a dieback for the Razor now. So Aster, a 3 versus 1, could go for the Roche, or they could try to go for these buildings, knowing that so many buybacks are on cooldown.
Yeah, they draw the line. They've got 2 catapults. They ping the wave. They know they just have to protect this. They can go down mid. It is going to be BZM versus the world right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Monet, no chrono available, so finding BZM is going to be seemingly pretty difficult. The Nimbus is there, though. Looks like he'll get his distance, but this is 2 siege creeps to go through, so BZM can't really do too much about that. And I would assume they get the tier 3 and just go throne here. Is Aster. They are going to try for it. XXS does have an ultimate available, I believe. He's going to get silenced for the time being. As that thing bugs on the top, I'm not sure. Either way, the tier 4 tower is dead. There's only 2 members of OG are in the area. Ori has to pop his BKB just to survive through BZM. Taiga, he actually pops his BKB, but he's trying to slow this down as much as possible. You can see Ori getting completely focused down, and he's dead to BZM's right click. But the complete target here from Aster is the buildings.
He's trying to kill
Tier 4 towers are dead, and now they go for the throne. BZM living on a sliver of HP. Finally, the primal split comes out. The GGs come out. Aster secure themselves top 3. OG eliminated from the Arlington Major.